Hi, I'm Nicole Martin. I'm 20 years old and I'm a female drag racer. I started drag racing four-wheelers when I was about 10 years old. My dad got me into it, and then I asked Shelby to start racing with me. So she started racing, and then all of our girlfriends started racing with us, and then our guy friends started racing, and it became a big friendly race. I first started racing four-wheelers at a track called Thunder Valley. It's in Grain Valley. The kind of racing I do in a car is called drag racing. What drag racing is straight lines, opposed to NASCAR, which is circles or a road course. Drag racing are two straight lines, cars just going as fast as they can in a quarter mile. Drag racing, you wait in your line to go, and there's two cars and they go down the straight line, but when you are getting ready to race, you go through the water box and you do the burnout, and then they tell you when to go to the lights, and then you stage, and once you stage they push the button and the lights start dropping, and then when it hits green you go. I raced a 2002 Chevrolet Camaro 35th anniversary. I balance racing with school and work. I race on the weekends when I don't work and I don't have school. And I just race at night, really, because that's usually when racing is. My family is very supportive of me racing because they're the ones that got me into racing. There are a lot more boys in racing than there are girls. I think it's a little bit harder being a girl in a male-dominant sport because I feel the need that I want to go out and beat all the guys, and they want to beat me because they don't want to be beat by a girl. So I feel like I have to do better to prove them that I'm just as good as them at racing. So it puts more pressure on a girl because they want to be just as good as the boys. I think my age plays a little part in racing because if I were older and had more money, I'd have a faster car and I would probably have more than one car. But being young, you just have to settle for the next best thing. I hope that I can get my time lower and just keep getting it lower, so it's something to work towards. I raced Vamp one season, and it's pretty much you run in a class, you run closest to your time. So if you're in a 12.5 class, whoever you're racing, if you run closer to 12.5, then you win. So it doesn't necessarily mean whoever crosses the line first wins, but it's whoever gets closest to your time that you're in that class for. I think the best part about racing for me is just going to the track. I like the track atmosphere. I like the people at the track, most of the people at the track. And it's just fun to see who brings what car and how fast they can get their cars to go. And I think it's fun to watch like the drag radial cars that haul down the track. I think that's probably the most fun thing. Well, the negatives are when you race at the track, then you feel the need to race on the street, and it can get you in trouble. And the positive thing about racing is it gives you something to do on the weekends when it's nice and you can get out and enjoy the nice weather, and it's just something fun to do on the weekends with your friends. Over the years I've learned a lot about cars, and I have a better knowledge of cars now, and I can actually speak and know what I'm talking about. I started racing four-wheelers last year. It's called flat track, so there's only a couple jumps because I'm too big of a baby to jump anything. But I started racing that last year because my boyfriend got me into it, and it's more of an adrenaline rush because you're actually doing stuff and riding instead of just pushing a pedal in a car, so I think it's fun. The difference between drag racing a car and racing a four-wheeler is racing in cars on asphalt or the concrete, whatever, and racing a four-wheeler is on dirt, and it's not a straight line on your four-wheeler. You go in circles, you can do jumps, you can do all that, but in a car it's just straight line. My boyfriend drug me into racing four-wheelers. He started doing it a while ago, and then we got back into it last summer and I had my first race and I got first in my first race, so I liked it for that. Some struggles more from racing four-wheelers, because when you're racing four-wheelers and you wreck, you don't have anything surrounding you to keep you safe. So when you see a wreck, it kind of shakes you up, and I've seen my boyfriend wreck and he comes back all beaten and battered, and it kind of scares you, and then you don't want to go out the next time. But then once you come back and you're not hurt. Myself sticking with racing until I'm old, and then I'll make my kids race, just because it is something fun to do and it's a family thing. You can make it a family thing and have family outings to the track. I have gotten a lot of friends out of this experience, and it is something for me and my friends to bond over and to have fun doing, and it's a family thing too with a lot of people.
A company always on the run, a destiny, oh, it's the rising sun. I was born, a shotgun in my hands, behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me bad company. I can't deny bad company till the day I die.
I don't put that in.
Until the day